Welcome back. So now that we have our website working and customers can now access our website, there is a need to also optimize cost. Now, how do you optimize cost? You know, for S3 you are billed for the storage space that you use. And since we'll be making modifications to our objects in the bucket and re-uploading it, we'll be having older versions that we may not use. So it is necessary that we create a lifecycle policy for these older versions to be deleted after some time. With that, they wouldn't occupy space and wouldn't cost us too much money. So to do that, we'll go to management, and for here we can see lifecycle rules. So we'll create a lifecycle rule, and here we'll have two rules. So the first one will move old versions of the objects into the standard infrequent access after 30 days. You get it? So if you are able to move the files between storage classes, it also reduces the cost, because you know, for S3 there are storage classes, and these storage classes have different price models. Okay, so for this rule, we are going to retire the object or old versions of the object into what we call standard IA. So I will just do a standard IA rule, and this will be applied to all objects in the bucket. I will acknowledge this, and it will move non-current versions of objects between storage classes. So I'll click on move, and yes, the storage class is standard IA, and the number of days is 30 days, and that will be it. Okay, you can actually create multiple rules, right, or multiple transitions in a single lifecycle rule, but I will not do that. We'll do them separately. So I'll create this rule, and I'll create another one. This is for, let me just do it, permanent delete rule. This one also apply to all objects. I'll agree, and this time what, permanently delete non-current versions of object. And for this one, it should delete it after 1 year, so that's 365 days. Okay, let me explain this. The previous one, it was also there. So number of newer versions to retain. What this means is that supposing we have an object and we have two other versions of this same object, so it means we have three versions now, the newer version and then the two older versions. So supposing we choose to retain one version, it means that among the newer version, aside the newer version, we should still keep one older version in our bucket. I hope that is understood. So it's the newer version and then the older version. But since we are not going to do that, we'll just remove it and then create the rule. Okay, so we have our two lifecycle rules created. Currently, we can't put this into test because we will have to wait after 30 days. Right, we have to wait after 30 days for us to see that if this rule is indeed working. But yes, if you have everything right, you should be okay. The objects are going to be retired after the number of days. So this will end the session on optimizing cost with lifecycle rules. I'll see you in another video for another hands-on.